Hey everyone, hope you're all doing good today. We're back with some more Jurassicraft. So anyways, let me get it queued up. Okay, good. Bit laggy. But that doesn't really matter because we know it's going to crash a whole bunch anyways. Because that's how Minecraft is on my laptop for some reason. But yeah. Hope you're all having a good day. You're all having a good day so far. My hasn't been the absolute best so far, but it's gotten better. Went to the dentist today. I need to get some braces in a couple weeks or so. I don't know. I wasn't paying too much attention. I just now said I might need some braces. I hope not, because I've never had any before, and I don't know what that's like, and not sure I want to know. But otherwise, it's been too bad. Outside of that, and the fact that I had to wake up a bit early for the appointment. But normally I just wake up around 11 and then just do like one good morning tweet and then go back to sleep for like another 2 hours or so. But yeah. But to be honest, I guess it wasn't even the dentist visit wasn't that bad. I had Netflix in the waiting room, so I got to watch a bit of Attack on Titan while waiting. You know what? That wasn't too bad. So speaking of Titans, I've been doing a lot of sketches lately of the legendary Godzilla, as well as for other iterations of Godzilla since I've been watching Godzilla Singular Point. Actually finished up the one I did for Scylla Jr. But the rest, not quite, and I could probably use those for the art stream I think I'm doing on Saturday or Friday. Not sure. Probably Saturday. A couple sketches of the Ultima, of course, and also Shin Godzilla's fourth form in the work. Once I get those 4 done, I'll post them on Twitter, and then I think you're actually gonna try out like Heisei Godzilla, Showa, maybe one of the Millennium Godzillas, and I think I'll go for Final Wars. This will be the next war, I think. Or maybe Godzilla Earth. Maybe. Maybe. I think I'm just gonna go with Final Wars for the last one of the next match I'm gonna do. I think I'm doing Godzilla Ultima and Shin Godzilla's fourth form. Maybe I should also do like their other forms, like Godzilla. I think it's called like Aquarius, and I think Godzilla's second form, like Makakun and Shinigami-kun. I don't know if they like released what Godzilla's first form actually looks like. So maybe I could do like a little speculative art drawing of what I think it looks like. That could be interesting. There are, I see quite a few drawings out there what some people think it looks like. It just look awesome. Overall, they look kind of like froggish like. They usually all have like really big heads and like kind of smallerish bodies with like fins and stuff, which makes sense because only time it was the first form of Shin Godzilla was sort of shown, it was only underwater with, I think, like its tail sticking out or something like that. I don't know. A lot of people have apparently been comparing Shin Godzilla to Godzilla's Singular Point. To be fair, they're not wrong. Like, the idea of Godzilla with 4 distinct transformations before reaching their final one that's most familiar to like the typical idea of Godzilla. That was definitely Shin Godzilla's thing. Singular Point took, but I feel like the show definitely not just a retelling of Shin Godzilla like lots of people are saying. It's not enough to make itself distinct, in my opinion. And I say overall the characters are way better. I will say they need more time for just the characters and less for babble. My opinion, at least. Like, I don't think I can. Yeah, no, I can't say because of spoilers, but like, someone does die off the final episode of Singular Point Season 1 at least. I know it's definitely a Season 2 because in the post-credits we see Mechagodzilla. So, I feel like in this episode of the second season they could hold a funeral for the or some sort of memorial for the person who didn't make it in Season 1 finale, and I don't know, maybe the girl, I think her name was May, and white-haired guy who's kind of obsessed with like Pet Jaguar. Maybe they could talk a bit, like outside of just tech things. They were both like the closest friends of that person whose name I will not mention. And then I kind of want to talk about like the finale of Season 1, but I mean, pretty fresh new show, kind of, and there's definitely still a lot of people out there watching it, talking about it. So that would definitely be spoiler territory for some people out there. Yeah. But I will say, in the finale, we really get to see quite a bit of action finally from Godzilla Ultima. In my opinion, it was a bit short-lived. As he was only there for like one episode or two, maybe. But I mean, we're now with a bang, definitely. Also, that we haven't gotten Mothra yet. Pretty sure she shows up in like either the ending or the opening. And also, for this one scene, actually a couple scenes, in Singular Point with suspiciously yellow butterflies. I think they're like, were called in the show like silkworm moths, actually. So that, I think that's definitely hinting towards Mothra being important in the next season. I'm looking forward to see how that goes. No, I think it's. He said this moths were like mutated because of Atlas Red. Crash number 1 today, right at the 15-minute mark. Right. Anyways, as I was saying before, like I think they said that the moths were mutated because of Godzilla's red dust, because like apparently like the yellowish coloring that I think most resembles like the Showa era Mothra is not a natural coloring their species is supposed to have. So I'm guessing maybe in season 2 Mothra is gonna be like that black Rodan. Like it starts off with the small little moths, and then next up Mothra's coming. In that case, maybe before King Ghidorah shows, if he shows up, maybe we'll get like a bunch of golden dragons come out of the dust. Yeah. Imagine that. The kind of animation this show has, how amazing the Rodan swarm looked. How awesome would like a giant swarm of golden dragons just flying through the air. Crash number 2. Looks like Minecraft doesn't like me talking about Godzilla's Singular Point, but who cares? Yeah. Really imagine that. Or I guess they probably have to be like Hydras or something. So it'll make more sense of King Ghidorah. Maybe just normal like golden Eastern style dragons could be cool too. Or maybe westerns. This King Ghidorah is kind of like a mix of both. Like, he has wings, like western dragons do, but like his head are based off eastern ones, I'm pretty sure. At least in most iterations. I think Legendary's King Ghidorah looks a bit more, their heads look a bit more like Smaug from like Lord of the Rings, I think. What the Lord of the Rings are? I think I haven't watched the movies yet, actually, so I don't know if I'm making a mistake or not. Just like that, I definitely pissed off somebody in the Lord of the Rings community. I'll get right to watching the movies as soon as I able to. Yeah, but yeah, let's say this close here. This goes here. And I pretty much my junk chest for now. Yeah. Yes. Mega Godzilla that I mentioned earlier, like in the post-credits scene of, I think that's like 3 now. Okay, Minecraft. Oh, but yeah, Mega Godzilla from like the the post-credit scene of Singular Point Season 1. The head, I'm pretty sure, is definitely taking inspiration mostly from the Showa era Mechagodzilla. The first Godzilla vs. Mechagodzilla movie and Mechagodzilla Returns. That movie with like a Titanosaurus. I wonder if it's gonna have like similar abilities, like the big rainbow beam that comes out of its mouth, I think. And maybe it's gonna be able to walk around, like if it, even with its head taken off. That'll be interesting. Also, maybe King Caesar will be part of Singular Point at some point. I don't know if King Caesar has really gotten any attention since Final Wars, I think. Like, I don't remember if he was in the prequel novels for Godzilla Earth movies. Might have been, but it's been a while since I've seen. Well, I've watched a Wikizilla video about it. He probably was there though, because a whole bunch of different obscure monsters were part of those novels. Like, I think the giant condors from some movie I don't remember. Those were there. Paragon was also in there, I think. Iran. And I guess I would say Batra is pretty obscure since he, as far as I remember, he only appeared in one movie. Only one in like the Heisei series, and after that he made an appearance since. You know, I think this Mothra is probably gonna be important at a singular point. Maybe Batra will make an appearance there too. And also maybe in the Monsterverse, since it's been long enough. Like Mothra got killed in King of the Monsters, so maybe Batra will be the next like divine moth to come out. Maybe. I guess. I think that's like lore for them, like they're always getting reincarnated. I don't know exactly because I haven't seen the Mothra standalone movies, but I know there's many different versions of her. And also she had a son, like I think Mothra Leo. So crash number 4, right? I think. Minecraft is not playing along very much today. Normally we'd get this much at like the 1 hour mark at least. But yeah, but maybe Batra could be like the next divine moth to appear in the legendary, like in the Monsterverse. I'm pretty sure the Monsterverse is gonna continue at this point, because like a lot of people were saying that Godzilla vs. Kong might be the last one, potentially, but I think after the success they brought out, I don't think the Monsterverse will be ending anytime soon. Hopefully not. Because I definitely really enjoyed it. Even the 2014 movie of Godzilla, which I feel like everyone likes the least out of all the Monsterverse movies so far. I liked it. Mostly. Crash number 5, okay. But yeah, the human characters in that particular movie are probably worse than most other Godzilla movies even. Like, I don't even remember the name of the main character. I don't really remember anything about it except that, like, apparently he was like a professional bomb diffuser or something. But like, the few scenes where Godzilla actually showed up, especially the ones with him using the atomic breath, and quite a few scenes with the Mutos were interesting too. But yeah, that it's not too bad of a movie. I did try to skip as much of the human scenes, to be honest, but I wouldn't say it's too bad. And King of the Monsters definitely made up for all of it to me. Skull Island, Kong Skull Island, that was amazing. say that I wish we got more from. I don't now remember his name. The bearded guy who was trapped on Skull Island for so long. And I think like he became friends with the Japanese World War II soldier he was fighting at the beginning of the movie. I wanted to see what it was like for them, like the two of them surviving on Skull Island with the natives, I think. Like that actually sounded like a more interesting movie than what happened in the actual movie, to be honest. But that's just in the terms of the humans. In terms of the monster action, the fight between Kong and the Alpha Skull Crawler. I like that scene where I think he was using an anchor or something, like a mace or something. Like his ability to use tools in that movie is good for foreshadowing him using the axe in Godzilla vs. Kong. Honestly. Like, very little outside of that human wise I can really complain about Godzilla. Well, actually, yeah, Godzilla or Kong Skull Island form. Like, the MonsterVerse movies are honestly really darn solid in terms of, like, compared to all other kaiju movies out there. Like, if you look at them, like, next to, like, the Showa Heisei Millennium series Godzilla movies, they're really not that bad, as, like, some people out there are saying. There's also, I think, people who said that Legendary's Godzilla is like, it feels nerfed compared to other Godzilla iterations out there. I mean, I guess one Millennium series version of Godzilla survived a black hole, and the burning Heisei Godzilla was apparently capable of melting the planet, and a whole bunch of other stuff, that whole bunch of beasts. Also, Final Wars Godzilla tanking a meteor to the face. And this, like, before Godzilla King of the Monsters, like, yeah, before that movie, I would say that power-wise, 2014 Godzilla looked pretty underwhelming, but like King of the Monsters, with his burning Godzilla, well, I think it's burning Godzilla or fire Godzilla. I think the scene with that transformation, that really helped show off his powers. Well as that scene in Godzilla vs. Kong where he blasted a hole all the way down to Hollow Earth. Yeah, that, I think that really installed in people's brains just how powerful, legendary Godzilla is. Apparently it did take up a lot of his energy away. Of according to the directors, and which is why he struggled a bit trying to fight with Kong when he was using his axe. I mean, even with that, he still had a pretty darn good advantage over him. Probably had he been at full power, the fight between him and Mechagodzilla would have been very different. Yeah. Save. Back to singular point. I wonder if they're going to explain that black rodent I mentioned earlier, as well as that I think it was a blue Torah. They kind of just got sidelined, I guess. Like we didn't get too much of them. The black rodent in particular is I think it just got hit by the atomic breath of third form Godzilla's atomic breath, then basically never seen again. So yeah, that's kind of crash number 5. Let's go. Anyways. Yeah, actually, you know what, this is too much of a spoiler, I think. My favorite character from Singular Point was actually Jet Jaguar. Like, before early on in this series, it's just a normal mech that's being controlled by the older guy and the white-haired kid, but about midway, well, not midway, around the latter half, the Jaguar gets AI that the white-haired boy made that's also simultaneously friends with May. I think her name is. Like, they have that AI control Jet Jaguar, I think. And I think like its memory got refreshed or something when it did that. So it starts acting a bit like a child. Like, it has to relearn everything that it all had done before merging with Mechagodzilla. Another crash again. Ah, sure. But yeah. Also, that one scene where one of the yellow moths lands on Jet Jaguar's finger, and it gets sad when the moth starts flying away. I think that was nice. It kind of reminds me of like a small child looking at a butterfly in the garden. basically it's just a really wholesome moment. Like, especially for like a giant mech that's like built for battle doing that of all things. I think that really helped make the scene work. So basically it was kind of like the Iron Giant. Except with an extra high-pitched voice. Okay, it didn't crash this time, it's just lag. This game is crashing a lot more than usual. Might be because I just installed a new thing recently. My friends recently, IRL friends recently addicted to this game, Dragon Raja, so I decided to download it and play it with her today. So that might be the case. And when I showed her how much computer space I had, she and her brother, who's apparently a tech whiz, they both said I have way more than enough space. I'm pretty sure it's true. I have like 100 gigabytes left, like 116. Since Ark Survival Evolved isn't installed on my computer right now. But if it was, then I'd probably have like 50 at most. But yeah, so her brother said it's not a problem with space apparently, so I don't know what else it is. Like why my computer is struggling to run with apparently really high amounts of space left. Maybe it has something to do with the fact that like I have a Chrome tab open playing music at the same time as Minecraft. Maybe. Not quite sure. I've been told either of them I'm a VTuber, so maybe Streamlabs might actually have something to do with it. Maybe it's just maybe the fact that the computer has this, like, kinda show everything twice, maybe, like the stream. Maybe that's why my computer struggles when I'm streaming, maybe. I am not a computer whiz. This is kinda just guesses for me. But yeah. So far, it's been a pretty fun game. I might just stream it for you guys, but maybe. I haven't had too much experience with it, so only I think like an hour or so. So I don't know if I'll play it for too long, or I might just end up installing it the day after. It seems promising. Maybe it'll be fun to stream every now and then, if you guys would like that. I don't know if anyone really knows Dragon Roger all that much. Definitely not on the same level of fame as like Genshin Impact. But it seems to be a pretty decent RPG of its own. What else do I want to I can't think what right, come on, think of something. I was a lot better at talking last time. Brian, thanks, guys. Come on. Okay. I guess we could talk about like the first Godzilla anime trilogy, which is most people consider to be like one of the absolute worst Godzilla media out there. To be honest, I don't blame them. Like the characters for Godzilla movies are some of the absolute worst. Like Harwa, I think the main character's name is. He's basically learned from Attack on Titan, except he doesn't have anything else interesting about him. Just kind of screams at everything, like Eren does, but he doesn't really have anything to balance him out. Just some scientist guy, but I remember basically nothing about him besides the fact that he was a scientist guy. I think there was a girl, Karu, but she got turned into I forgot what it's called. It was something metal, like what Mechagodzilla City is made up of. And a cryo metal. I don't know. It was like some sort of living metal that could absorb life, essentially, and like assimilate with it. Yeah, no, I need to go I need to empty out my inventory a bit. But yeah, it's also I think their version of the Mothra twins, and the people who were left behind left the with Earth as Godzilla had turned it into. Everyone else was on the Axiom. I think it's the I think Axiom is the name of like the Wally ship. I don't remember the name of that. The big spaceship from those movies. Axiom? It's basically the same thing. But yeah. Those people were interesting. Hopefully, I wish we could have learned more about Seal, but we didn't. Also, the two alien species that humanity had to work alongside in hopes of beating Godzilla, like Barbalo, something like that. I think that was kind of their name. The guys were all about technology, and were the ones who created the Godzilla city and the weird metal was made from. The alien species that worship King Ghidorah. And also that particular one of their species that got along with Haru, sort of. We know that the planet got devoured by Ghidorah, but that's kind of about it. Also, I guess also that they make the same thing happen to other planets out there. Like they provide him with like followers, and then he comes to their planet and destroys it all. The reason Ghidorah also, I guess it's Ghidorah, so it makes sense, but like in the form of his shadows, he usually like tears apart people worshipping him, like as they're bringing him to, like they're trying to summon him to the planet to wish for it to come to. As far as I know, it's usually in the guise of like trying to stop something bigger, like how that one guy convinced apparently a lot of Haru's allies to become worshippers of Ghidorah, so that maybe he could take out Godzilla and ended up getting them all killed. Except for that one alien guy for some reason. Maybe it's because of the weird crystal thing in his eye that he used to control Ghidorah. Yeah, that's probably him. But then the I think part of the problem with the Godzilla Earth anime movies was that not only were the humans kind of like explicitly boring compared to most other Godzilla movies out there, like even monster action was kind of scarce. Like I don't think it. I think only in Godzilla, like Godzilla the Planet Eater with Godzilla Earth fighting Ghidorah. It's really the only time I remember. No, that was, I think in the movies at least, that was the only time there was really monsters fighting each other. Otherwise, it was in the first movie, Godzilla affiliate, Godzilla Earth's son, just absolutely destroying the humans, then getting destroyed, and then Godzilla Earth destroying them in return. And then Godzilla Earth wiping out Mechagodzilla City, and their plan pretty much completely failing. And fight against Godzilla and Ghidorah. It's kinda underwhelming. Anime? Yep. I know it has a name like Godzilla Earth does. I don't remember what it was. I think like Astral King Ghidorah or something like that. I'm gonna go with that because it sounds cool. Like Astral King Ghidorah or something. It only shows up as only its head. Like there's a scene where like there's a silhouette of it with its full body, which it looks like most other King Ghidorahs out there except the head. They kind of look I don't know how to describe the heads, but the way they show up physically, it's just the head and neck popping out of a big black hole. So we don't really get to see the whole body, and they don't even really fight. It's just fighting Godzilla Earth a lot, and Godzilla Earth not being able to touch them, even not being able to fight back at all, because I think the way the movie just explained it is like, since it was from a different dimension, the loss of physics was different. Like it could just go through Godzilla while it could still touch and damage Godzilla. And then once like Haru destroyed the crystal thing in the alien's eyes, then Ghidorah was defeated in just like 5 minutes. Like it was that whole reality bending thing that Ghidorah had going for him. It was the only thing he had going for him. And once that was gone, like, Earth had no problem defeating him. And, I mean, that is like when you expect Godzilla versus King Ghidorah, you expect a huge spectacle of fights. Like what happened in the Heisei era, in Godzilla vs. King of the Monsters, etc., etc. But it really wasn't. There was a fan animation out there that did a way better job than the actual anime trilogy did. They showed his full body coming out. It's ginormous even compared to Godzilla Earth. But they really used, I don't know who made animation, but the amount of imagination they had when they were making it, amazing. Like they gave actual King Ghidorah all kinds of powers, like the gravity beams. They were actually like the gravity as opposed to just kind of being lightning like it is for other Ghidorahs. They actually lifted Godzilla Earth up. I think like his tail created a portal that spit out a clone Godzilla Earth that attacked him. And I think they also did that thing that Legendary Dora did by like picking Godzilla up in the air and then dropping him. And I was like, I don't remember what else what it was exactly, but like I think its wings. I think that like the bones in its wings they came off. I think they sprouted like red energy beams, if I remember correctly. Like it was. I don't know how to describe this. It was. That's why I can describe it. It was like. It's like. It's like if animators for like Dragon Ball Super were allowed to just completely go wild with whatever they could imagine. And, honestly, I don't even remember how to. I know Godzilla still won in the end, but I have no idea how they made him. All I remember is just how much more powerful they made Astral Ghidorah. Shit. But I could just use my phone and look up the actual name. Okay, so Astral King Ghidorah. I mean, even if it is an Astral King Ghidorah, sounds awesome. At least to me. Let me see. Now I don't think. Nope, it isn't. Okay, so what is this place? I hope it's not just King Ghidorah Earth. Okay, it's just... Oh, it's... Some people like to nickname it Void Ghidorah. You know what? Void Ghidorah is also pretty darn cool too. Okay, you're right, actually, yeah, that. So Void Ghidorah. But yeah, Void Ghidorah definitely had a lot of potential. But we call it anime trilogy that fan base really utilized better than actual anime movies themselves. And hopefully make I guess not really, but unlikely. Maybe the creators of Singular Point could redo the movies better. I don't think that's gonna be the case, really. I think they'd probably rather just forget those happened entirely. as does most of the G fan base, and I'm all for it. Except for the novels. The prequel novels were fire. They really made use of basically all the monsters that have ever appeared in the Godzilla franchise at the time the novels were made. I think all of them. Again, I don't remember if certain monsters like King Caesar were used there, but I know a whole bunch of them were used, and in interesting ways, some of which were also Easter eggs. I think Indyrus, Baran, Aragon, pretty sure they all fought Godzilla Earth in one of the prequel novels. Just like what original idea was for Godzilla, Mothra, King Ghidorah monsters all out attack. That is a terrible movie. Yeah, I think sure the original idea was to have those three monsters fight Godzilla, and I think it was cool that they referenced that movie idea in the novel. And also with the Zillas, they actually made them a threat. Could have easily just made fun of Zilla again, like what happened in Final Wars by saying, oh, there were these things that looked kinda like Godzilla, destroyed them all in like 5 seconds. No, it actually did make a threat. Like, they were still weaker than most of the other monsters, but like, the fact that there were so many of them and that they could reproduce so much, like that was a genuine concern for the soldiers fighting them in the novels. Anyway, well, I personally prefer the idea of having Zillas just be strong in the first place, kind of one from it's one Godzilla comic book series. I don't remember what it's called. I don't remember the name. I feel like Godzilla comic book series, and also like Godzilla Jr. from Godzilla the series. It would be cool to see a Godzilla out there that would be strong on its own. Honestly, I think Zilla get any respect at all, it is a deep victory. Yeah, he's definitely no Godzilla, but it's a cool monster in its own right. Pretty sure its movie was 1998 Godzilla movie. Was the thing that got me into the Godzilla franchise to begin with. Even though the movie wasn't the best thing out there, it really did do some good. I will say that lots of ideas they had for the 1998 movie before Roland Emmerich joined the project, I think those were really interesting too. all kinds of concepts, I think, like Godzilla originating from Atlantis, being a griffin, I believe. Created by aliens using dinosaur DNA. There's a whole bunch of concept art by a guy, I think his name was like Ricardo Delgado, I think. And I think, yeah, there was also graphic novel made based off of thrown out scripts, and I think it was awesome. Also interesting is I think some of their ideas were utilized in 2014 movie to some extent. Like, I think Godzilla being at the Golden Gate Bridge is one of them. I mean, I guess finding a brand new alien-ish monster from space, that technically, I guess in that case, Griffin would basically be the same as like Orca. I wonder if Orca was actually based off old scripts, you know. I think that was the idea for Griffin, like, was it? At least in the novel, it was like an alien ship landed on Earth. I think it had like alien parasite things that bats, and utilized those bats to gather, you know, all kinds of creatures for them to create Griffin. And also, I think, I don't remember exactly, but I think in the novel there's like a mysterious red liquid was tied to Godzilla. That might have actually been part of the inspiration for the red dust from Godzilla's singular point. Or maybe I'm just looking a little too deeply into it. I haven't checked on our dinosaurs in a while, so I want to see how they're doing. Okay, these are looking alright. So, what's your Corey? Let's see, how about you? Edward? And I can't read your name because you're hiding behind the tree. You're Edward. You're through the source. Okay, I can't read it. Let's see. How are you? Aladar? Pretty sure it's about talk at the tongue. After that one iguanodon meme. And Spiky. So you got the okay, that's the Parasaurolopuses keep on despawning. I'm pretty. Yep. Unless they're somehow getting these through the glass. Maybe that makes sense, like they're glass pane. But they wouldn't, in that case, wouldn't be wandering too far, and I would find them like every time I walk over to like the blacksmith shop. Might have something to do with Minecraft crashing so on. It doesn't affect the mine Jurassic dinosaurs for some reason. Only the Jurassicraft Curse of Roll plays. Okay, you know what I'm gonna try a little experiment. They know that you can put them command. So I'm gonna make some more pairs of rollerblades. Getting command them to just sit where they are, and if they like, if we still can't find them, then either they're despawning or they're dying somehow. Maybe no food or water for some reason. I know these creatures actually need them, unlike regular Minecraft mobs, because of this engine field that lets you see their hunger, age, everything. Alright. I'm gonna make just one. Alright. Alright, wait, wrong place. Alright. Almost there. Almost there. Almost there. And there we go. We don't need another one, so this goes in here. And you can go in here. It's not gonna do it. You go to bed. Alright, there we go. Now we put this sucker in here. And you can go in here. And I know it use name tags for all my dinosaurs. Could they have really despawned? Also, maybe it's just a problem with the mod. Like, tagging them doesn't protect them from despawning. I'm not sure. I'm gonna have to look into it. But anyways, I really need to like spread out our topic. All I really talk about is just Godzilla and dinosaurs. A lot of those are cool and I know not everyone likes those. I don't know what else there. These are the only things I really feel like talking. Like I talked about my visit to the dentist earlier, but that's about it. There might not too much else interesting happen for me. I'm actually, I think I watched the first episode of Attack on Titan during the dentist visit, like at the waiting room. So I guess I could talk about that since I actually haven't watched Attack on Titan beforehand. Honestly, no. I'm struggling to consider if I can really even call myself an anime fan at this point. I haven't watched Attack on Titan until now. I haven't seen One Piece, Naruto, like really any of the big names except Dragon Ball. Well, also My Hero Academia. I really need to get to work on like watching more anime. And also, everything I ever promised people I would watch. Like I promised someone a while ago that I would watch the Lord of the Rings movies and let them know what I thought. I haven't gotten around. I don't know why I'm always so lazy with that stuff. It's just a movie. It's not that hard to just sit there and watch. No. I don't know, my brain just works weird. Maybe I could keep saying it, but I never do. Like, maybe we should do like some watch-alongs of all the stuff I want to see. We do the Lord of the Rings watch-along, Little Alchemist watch-along. A lot of stuff I want to see. Like, I've said this before, but like, My Hero Academia was on my anime watch list, but I haven't. It was there for years until only like a few months ago I decided that I should finally watch My Hero at this point, see what it's like. But you know, even after all those years of it, considering watching it is not disappoint me at all. And honestly, These past two episodes particularly, at least in the English dub, I'm probably not completely caught up with this series, but yeah. As far as the dub goes at the moment, I think Hiroki and Bakugo finally got their professional hero licenses. They beat up this with like, I think it was ice powers. Was it ice? It's at least something to do with water or ice. Like the little battle he had, a villain had with Hiroki and Bakugo. It wasn't much, but I enjoyed it. Like, I thought Hiroki absolutely annihilated the guy, and the fact that Bakugo like immediately came to the rescue of that one girl. Well, I guess I wouldn't say he changed, like his mission is always to be a hero. But like, I think the fact that he immediately went to help her and All Might, as opposed to like maybe hesitating and he just really wants to fight the bad guy. Like, I think him holding off on going to beat that I up, save some of them, instead of just assuming Todoroki / All Might will handle it by themselves. I feel like it did help show some growth he had. At the end of the episode, like when everyone was celebrating them getting their hero licenses finally, I think Bakugo seemed all too annoyed by that. Normally I feel like it would, but like he was actually pretty chill. Like, also take a piece of Sarah's cake and everything. Honestly, it was all good until you talked to he's kind of acting. I guess his hate for Q is just infinite at this for some reason. I won't say infinite, but like still as strong as ever. Also, he was trying his hardest to control that black whip quirk in his own way, like through making the training so intense that he would feel like he's in danger. I guess. But yeah. And I keep seeing videos of like recommended keep popping up internships or like endeavors. And I I want to see that dub. I don't know why I want to watch the dub so much. I just like my anime. I like. The clips I've seen, the sub voice actors are great. But yeah, sure. I don't know. But then when I watch the dub, I'm not gonna be surprised by anything that happens. Also, I've been seeing a few images of this girl. I think her name's like Burnin' or something like that. Probably a fire pun, I'm pretty sure. And I guess like everyone's hero name is usually like wordplay or something like that. Well, except for Momo, it's just can't stop twinkling. Kind of straight to the point for him. Yeah, like back to Burnin', I think her name was. I think she has like green flame on her, which is pretty interesting. I don't know how fire colors work besides the fact that blue is the hottest. Considering I'm pretty sure she's supposed to be Endeavor's sidekick, I'm guessing green is pretty high up there, like in terms of the heat of a fire and like in terms of how color can tell you about like the heat of a flame. I can't talk, but I'm guessing green fire is particularly really hot. It also gets me wondering if we'll get a hero with like purple flames. I know those exist. And I'm pretty sure those are also pretty high up there temperature-wise. Also, purple flames look awesome. But that would be interesting. Why does white fire exist? I know that it's like white dwarf stars, but like there's fire coming white. I don't know, I need to get rid of this shovel. Come on, break, please break. Yeah, there you go, this'll break it. but yeah. I want to see what powerful burning is. I wonder if Bobby was actually former sidekick of Endeavor. Like maybe his whole agency is just like a bunch of fire heroes, but Bobby just like maybe he wasn't approving of Endeavor constantly trying to be #1 by any means necessary. That's why he turned to villainy. That's my theory, at least. I wonder what all the manga readers out there. Maybe Dobby isn't. Maybe Dobby's backstory hasn't been revealed at all in like any media yet. And we gotta just keep on waiting. But hopefully the time will come. He's definitely, in my opinion, coolest out of everyone in the League of Villains. I will say Shigaraki's, like in terms of more powers and everything, he's definitely one of the most intimidating. I definitely take blue flames over being disintegrated. Maybe actually, I don't know. Both of them, both of them can grant either a quick, painless, or slow and painful death, depending on what they think. Like 9 from Heroes Rising, if they just seem to be, know that Shigaraki killed him pretty quickly, but with Overhaul, like, if I remember correctly, he did just his arm to make him suffer. And also, wait. I don't know about hobbies. I'm pretty sure there were some alleyway guys. Remember there were some alleyway guys that he was fighting that. I'm sure they were definitely suffering. So, like, it really depends on how quick and painless or slow and painful your death will be. Like, either way, they're some of the most intimidating villains out there. Whereas, like, I think his name was like Skinner's. He's not the most intimidating. The only thing he's really got going for him is the fact that he really holds Stein's morals to heart, and that's basically it. Of course, we know basically nothing about him. Except that he doesn't like heroes, and that he probably had some bad history with one, considering how much he respects Stain. It really makes me think. People like, particularly about Lady, she really uses kind of fame and people's respect of her to get what she wants every now and then. Like, at the sports festival, she convinced the guy to give her food for free. So I wonder what would have happened if Stein met her. She and someone like they Endeavor, especially people like them are people who are in it for the glory as opposed to actually protecting others. Well, at least Endeavor before his redemption arc began. Most people would be like everything that Stein sees as wrong with Hero Society. And I think from his reaction to seeing Endeavor, that one time, definitely safe to say he did not like that man at all. And there could just be that. No, that wouldn't. But it's also probably partially the fact that All Might is the only hero that he respects, and Endeavor makes it no secret that he hates All Might. Or at the very least, he's just really aggressive to him, like Bakio is to Teku. Okay, speaking of, the way that Endeavor was feeling about becoming #1 through All Might just retiring, like how angry he was that once. It really mirrors like how Bakugo was upset about Todoroki just coming up at the end of the sports festival and like pretty much begging Todoroki to get up and fight because it wouldn't be a real win for him that way. Especially how angry he was during like the ceremony where like I think All Might was giving everyone the medals. But he had to be chained up and everything. But really, it is like Endeavor is really like Bakugo to like All Might statues. Also, as like some of the latest episodes have said, Shinzo's kind of like younger Aizawa. Kind of really makes you think that how much the younger generation mirrors the older one. Kind of makes you think what they were, the pro heroes were, what the pro heroes were like when they were just students at UA. Well, I mean, most of them at least. I don't think it ever went to UA. Or at the very least, Hawk didn't. But I'm pretty sure they went to hero schools at least. they're around like the first year's work for would there have been hero schools? I don't know. But on the subject of My Hero Academia prequel series, I think like a sequel one where like Harry in full control of her powers and I forgot his name, but like the kid with the water quirk. Like there could be a series about him, like when My Hero Academia ends, which is definitely not going to be for a long time, because you know Deku's got a long way to go before he's even close to being able to fight All For One. And well, we know he has to be the one to take out All For One because you know he's the main character and all. So yeah. But like when that happens, then hopefully this franchise will continue on. Kind of like what everyone was hoping would happen for Fairy Tail, but though that didn't actually turn out to be the case. Like I'm pretty sure everyone was expecting if Fairy Tail was going to continue, it'd be with like Natsu and Lucy's kid and stuff like that, but like right now it's continuing with like I think it's called the 100-Year Quest thing. I haven't seen too much of it. Honestly, it's kind of just that for me, at least from what I've seen. If you want to check it out, definitely go for it. But I also understand if you don't, because there's a good amount of people out there who aren't big fans of Fairy Tail. But I think it's alright. The whole power of friendship cliches, like the memes say, it's definitely a thing in Fairy Tail. But I mean, a good amount of time is I guess not. No, it's sort of people play it on their own, like other anime characters do. Like I mean, the first time Natsu in Dragon Force, he did it by consuming Etherion, like no friend. There wasn't any friendship, believe in yourself, anything required there. Just sheer power of being able to survive eating a different element from fire. I will say there's definitely things about Fairy Tail I didn't enjoy too much, like final battle against Acnologia. It's the way it ended, at least. It's not the best. Like Acnologia is the way they win is like Natsu absorbs the power of all the other Dragon Slayers and beats him with it, except for the fact that Acnologia is supposed to be immune to all forms of magic, and he uses he wins by using everyone's magic. And with one blow, I'm pretty sure, like, no less. Plus, I feel like Seraph should have been part of the final battle as opposed to being like a secondary villain to Acnologia. And also, like, I feel like before the end of the fight, I don't know about the manga, but in the anime at least, the way the Dragon Slayers were fighting Acnologias, man, like, they did some cool stuff, like Wendy using some of her spells to strengthen everyone, Cobra and Loxus working together a bit, but I think, like, in the final battle against Acnologia, they could have done way more than just that. Like, everyone that could use Dragon Force should have been using Dragon Force. Like, Wendy, Thing, and Rogue can all tap into it at will, so really should have done that. And Hachio had just activated it like maybe a few episodes prior, so he probably should have been able to do it too. Same thing for Nox, except he didn't just unlock it. He tapped into the power like fairly recently at the time. At least he should have used like the lightning flame dragon mode. Noxus should have used the red lightning thing he had just used against that one robot guy. It didn't feel like they were trying their hardest to fight Acnologia, which kinda made the fight less interesting, 'cause they weren't using their full arsenal. I don't even know if anyone used like Dragon Slayer's secret art or anything like that. I don't know. I guess the fact that when you have a villain that can eat all sorts of magic going up against wizards, well, I guess in that case, I don't remember the name of the fairy tale writer, but like, I feel like with that he kind of wrote himself into a corner. So I guess in that regard, well, actually no. I mean, yeah. It would sound dumb, but like, since he's immune to magic, then I guess the best way he could have won while keeping up with the logic would have been like, everyone goes into their strongest forms, but instead of using spells, they just use regular punches on Acnologia. But like, I don't think that's really like the most interesting or like, entertaining way for the main villain to go down. Like in a series full of wizards and magic, like, I think the heroes finally win by just pummeling the main villain would we just kind of. I will say though that even though he was kind of sidelined into like a secondary villain, Zverev, with his weird kind of god-like form, with it was like all white after absorbing the fairy heart. The design for it looks pretty darn cool. Kind of reminds me a bit of Merge the Zamasu from Dragon Ball Super a bit. Like the white hair, and like he had like I'm pretty sure he had a thing floating behind him like Zamasu's halo. Cool, it was a cool design. It deserved to be front and center during the final battle. And also, I think Arashian says overall should have been utilized more, like, since they became guys. Like Cobra was cool and all during the final battle, but like I mean it's definitely given like least attention out of everyone, I feel like Wendy got the emotional moment with oh god, what was her name? I'm bad at remembering names, my god. I think Skyla, like the Sky God Slayer, like when they were fighting against that Time God lady from Spriggan 12. She had a big fight. Hachio had a big fight against that guy with the power of like the undead. Loxus fought the robot guy. It was, of course, the main character getting all the attention. And Sting and Virgo. Virgo kind of sidelined, but at least he helped Sting, and Sting got the White Shadow Dragon transformation to fight Larcade. Like Cobra, I think the only fight outside of Acnologia he had was him and everyone else getting pummeled by August, along with Jalal. At least Jalal helped with that guy who could also reanimate dead. Imagine the only guy that can reanimate dead. The guy Gachi was fighting, he just uses the powers of the people who died. But yeah, I think Cobra was the most underutilized of like all the Dragon Slayers, particularly in that arc against the Alvarez Empire, I think it was called. Like I mean, I feel like there's something you can do with a poison dragon slayer. I don't know. What? Actually, I guess. What could you really do with it? I mean, maybe they could have had him utilize Dragon Force. And like, since he doesn't have a dragon inside him like the other, like the first and third generation dragons did, I feel like when he uses Dragon Force, his body starts turning more and more dragon-like. Because, like, I think when he activates his powers anyways, like, his hand does turn, like, scaly and has claws, so maybe, like, when he uses Dragon Force, it adds on to that, like, even scales on his face, maybe wings? I guess maybe since he's supposed to be a poison dragon, maybe he can have, like, a scorpion-like tail. That could have been cool. Because, like, since he doesn't have a dragon, he kind of like those other dragon slayers, he wouldn't have like the antibody things that would stop him from becoming a dragon like Acnologia is. That definitely could have been a possibility. Then that would lead to a problem where the good guys have someone like Acnologia with them. Like they'd have to worry if he ends up losing control. And at the very least, he could end up like Irene, like be forced into a dragon forever with no way of turning back. The Acnologia constantly switches between his dragon and human form, so there's probably a secret to it that Irene just wasn't able to figure out somehow. So speaking of which, considering she was like supposedly the mother of Dragon Slayer magic, and she got dragonificated, I think it's called. It sounds like along those, like she turned into a dragon from using Dragon Slayer magic. She used no Dragon Slayer magic. Like, all she did was enchantment. Considering Wendy was there with Ursa when they fought Irene, I think it would have been interesting to have her use her own Dragon Slayer magic on Wendy at least. Maybe just to play around with Wendy, show her that she's how much stronger she is. It sounds like something at least Irene would do. Honestly, I don't. Even the dragon that she was friends with in her flashback, we don't really know what elements he had. Like, what supplement would she have eaten it? Like if she has the same powers as he did, or like her dragon slayer magic was taught to her by him. I think with Agnologia, sort of like he can absorb all kinds of magic. So, like, what is that? What kind of dragon does that make him exactly? Is he like a magic dragon slayer or what? I don't know. I wish you would go more in depth with that. But I mean, the Alvarez Empire arc is long done and dealt with, so I don't think the person who wrote Fairy Tail is probably gonna go back to that anytime soon. Okay. What other anime am I in? It's talk about the Pokemon anime. I haven't seen Journeys yet. At least not too much. Like, all I really know is that Ash's partner for this time, some kid named Bo who really wants to capture Mew, and that they're going through all the regions as opposed to just one like in the other season. But that's about all I know. Except for the fact that I think Ash gets a Lucario. It's awesome because Lucario is one of my favorite Pokemon. Lucario is just an awesome Pokemon overall. Also a Dragonite from the clips I've seen. Apparently, like it fought Iris's Dragonite. They couldn't keep up the fight, so he had to use his Dracovic, I think it's called. But besides that, I don't know how Ash and Iris's fight went. That's where the clip ended. Alright. Got my tools, let's keep on going. You know, honestly, considering we're supposed to put it over here, I feel like picking up all of this might actually be a bit unnecessary, but like I said before, when I build a visitor center, I don't want it to feel all cramped inside, so which it might look like since it's surrounded by a bunch of hills, so I might as well keep flattening this all out. Okay, buddy. I could talk about my favorite Pokemon anime seasons, like particularly the ones for Gen 6. I think that my opinion, that's where the Pokemon anime peaked. With the obvious ones, like the fact that Ash Ninja was in it. That was awesome. I'd say, like, of all the ways Ash has lost in anime, like, has lost the main league. You know, other people might say otherwise. I think his loss in Kalos, I could understand the most. Because Alana, like, I liked the character. He gave us enough, introduced him fairly early on with, like, Mega Evolution specials. It told us, like, all about his ideals, like, the kind of person he is. Gave him a friend in the form of Marin and her Kespin. It built him, whereas with, like, his loss in Sinnoh, it was just some guy who just came out of nowhere with 2 legendary Pokemon. Like, that was not like it's an understandable loss. Like him having to go up against legendary Pokemon, but like in terms of like how far he's come, everything's, I don't know, I just don't like that. After everything Ash had gone through, that in the Sinnoh League at least, he just gets pummeled by a guy with a bunch of legendaries. Whereas in Kalos, we know Alon's trained hard, especially with his Charizard, to be the best they can be. And like in Kanto, Ash only lost because his Charizard was being lazy. Johto, in my opinion, the loss was kind of BS because Ash's Charizard lost to some guy's Blaziken, even though Charizard has a type advantage, like flying type while Blaziken's fighting. But I guess they wanted to advertise the new Hoenn region, so why not? Then in the Hoenn region, I think Ash's Pikachu lost. I think his name was like Tyson. His Meowth. That for some reason had Thunderbolt. Like, I checked the wiki a while ago. I know Meowth can learn it, but why did he teach his Meowth Thunderbolt when it's a special move, and Meowth is definitely a physical attacker? The fact that he was able to beat Pikachu in a battle of like Thunderbolts and I think maybe Iron Tails. The Iron Tail part makes sense. But like Thunderbolts wise, Pikachu should have the clear advantage there. And like he's both an electric type and he has at least decent special attacks. And then Sinnoh, you know Sinnoh. And then the Unova region is, I mean, I guess it's not too bad because Lucario is a powerful Pokemon, but like the trainer that Lucario belonged to, Cameron, I think his name was, but he is not the most competent trainer out there, so it doesn't feel like he deserved that win at least as much as Ash did. I mean, Ash wasn't really the best trainer, you know this. So I guess I will say I didn't mind that that guy who had all evolutions won, you know, the league, because I love evolution. I love Eevee in general. I have a problem with him winning at least. I think actually Cameron definitely didn't deserve that win. If I remember correctly, he accidentally only brought 5 Pokemon to a Pokemon League battle instead of full 6. But he really wasn't a competent trainer. I don't know how he won. I feel like Riolu would have gotten taken out before it could have evolved into Lucario. But yeah, overall, I think Ash's loss in Colors was understandable, at least. Like he lost to one of the best trainers out there with a pretty solid team, except for the fact that Alon has Pheasant. Yeah. You just replace the Unpheasant with like a Star Raptor, and everything's perfect. Like he has a Tyranitar, Weavile, Metagross, Bisharp, right? I think Bisharp could probably get replaced too. And maybe there's, I don't know Bisharp's moveset, but like I don't really hear much people talk about how strong Bisharp is and how much they want him on their team, so actually no, I feel like if he had Lapras on his team, that would really make his win. Like everyone would get why Ash lost. Like if he had a Lapras instead of a Bisharp, then like would be able to weaken Ninja enough so that when it fights Charizard, it would make a little more sense why it lost. Like this Lapras would be like being water and ice type, it would be resistant to Greninja's water Shuriken. I think like Cut would do half damage space. Or I might do neutral damage. Same thing for Aerial Ace, maybe, or neutral. Yeah, no, it's neutral damage for Aerial Ace. Yeah, like, pretty sure Lapras is tanky, so it would be able to take those, and it can use Thunderbolt, I'm pretty sure, so if you replaced Alon Bisharp with a Lapras that knew Thunderbolt, then I think that would have made Ash's loss more acceptable to the whole fan base. Because I feel like that the only thing people can really complain about the Gen 6 anime about. The battle with Team Flare was solid. And apparently a lot of people in Japan at least didn't like Serena that much, but I feel like in the Western, like, everyone, I think, shipped Serena with Ash. So yeah. And also, like what I said before, Alon also should not have had an pheasant, because the pheasant is by far the worst of the regional birds. No exception. He should have had a star raptor. I'm pretty sure star raptor would have fitted him way better. The only issue would probably be that with enough close combats, I think a Raptor wouldn't have tied with Talonflame like Vincent did. Especially if it used Brave Bird, then a Raptor would have wrecked Talonflame, because Talonflame defense is not the best. And it don't. Ash's Talonflame, I'm pretty sure, only had like flame charge, so. Yeah, I think. If he had a Star Raptor, I think, in my opinion, it would have actually creamed Ash's Talonflame. Then it probably would have gotten taken out by Pikachu. They really should have had a Star Raptor. Or maybe like a Swellow with and Endeavor to move. Wait, not Endeavor. Your mind's too much in my idea. Sod, like. Maybe it would burned by Talonflame, and then through that both that ability, Facade's second ability would be like unlocked. Like, since both I think boost as well as attack every whenever it's inflicted with a status effect. I guess there would also be a problem that if it were to get burned, its attack would also get cut in half, so it wouldn't get as much benefit as it would have. But I mean, if it's half, doubled, and then doubled again, then still doubled the original power it had before. So it definitely would have been a threat. Or maybe since Alon was mainly going for Pokemon that could Mega Evolve, like Negros and Tyranitar. Charizard, of course. Maybe he could have had a Pidgeot. Maybe. Actually, I guess. Why did he even have an Unfezant in the first place, though, if he has Charizard? Like, since Charizard's already a flying type. But actually, I guess he... no, it would actually be better to just give Fly to Charizard, and as Mega Charizard especially is good with physical attack, so move Fly would do lots of damage. Also, speaking of Charizards, talk about how, like, while Alon's Charizard was amazing, that other guy, Trevor, his Charizard was hot garbage, not gonna lie. Like, his Charizard could Mega Evolve into Mega Charizard Y, which is a special attacker, yet he had moves like I'm pretty sure Dragon Claw and Dragon Tail. Like, two physical moves, both of which would be way more useful on Mega Charizard X, because they're physical moves and Dragon type moves. Meaning, Mega Charizard X, which gains the Dragon type, would hit Stab and is a physical attacker, whereas like Mega Charizard Y, it keeps fire flying, and it's a special, so like, he had no reason to have Dragon Tail and Dragon Claw on his Charizard as opposed to having way better moves like, say, Dragon Pulse, definitely. Yep. He did have Heat Wave though, which is that's a great move to have on your Mega Charizard Y, I'd say. At least if you're expecting to have a double battle, but otherwise I'd say Flame, if you're mostly going for like single battles, then I think Flamethrower would be way better, because while it doesn't target all your opponents like Heat Wave does, if you're going for one-on-one battles, then it has better accuracy than Heat Wave does. That would be the better choice for me. And I'm pretty sure its attack is higher. Heat Wave was the only good move it had. I think the other one it had was like Fire Spin, which like Fire Spin has one of the worst accuracies of any fire type moves out there. Like, at the time it's a Charizard, you should have gotten enough fire type moves to get rid of it. Like, actually, yeah, his Charmander, I know at some point it had Flame Burst, so that would have been a way better choice than Fire Spin. And also, there's kind of the problem that you use the Mega Charizard Y against another Charizard. Since Mega Charizard Y's ability is Drought, so it makes fire type moves stronger, which helps him, but like, it also helped Alon's Charizard, then they're both fire types. Yeah, he definitely is not a very good Charizard trainer. Leon, on the other hand, Anime Leon, he has a really darn interesting moveset for his chart. Like, from what I know, he has Thunder Punch, which is good against water Pokemon and such, but it really depends on. And I don't think Gigantamax it only affects your health, I think so. In that case, it'd be better to give your base Charizard a special move, since I think its base form, Charizard's special attack is higher than its physical one. Like, if you're going to get a physical attacker, then I think Mega Charizard X would have been. Wait, again, it would make sense since they're trying to promote Gigantamax, of course. So they wouldn't become a Mega Charizard X. But I guess maybe if it had an adamant nature, its physical might be higher. I don't know. Not the most professional Pokemon player, just slightly, maybe slightly casual, slightly above. I'm a decent Pokemon player at most. But like, I think it has also like Dig. Does it have Dragon Claw? No, I saw. I think it should have a flying type move, because I'm pretty sure you use air Dynamax move thing, like its fight against Lance's or Gigantamax Gyarados. I think his Charizard are pretty strong in this thing. And then for Red from Pokemon Origins, I think it had like Slash, Swift, Flamethrower, and a Mega Punch. And it's a decent move that I said, well, not really. It's not too bad of a move set on Mega Charizard X, and Mega Punch and Slash are both physical attack, but since they're both normal type moves, Mega Charizard X isn't gonna get Stab or anything like. It would have been better if it have Dragon Claw as opposed to Slash. Instead of Mega Punch, it could have like Fire Punch. And if it were to have Fire Punch, then you, instead of Flamethrower, you could have you could have a move like, say, Thunder Punch, I guess, to take out any water types. I guess actually, I think Charizard can learn Brick Break. So, I guess maybe you could use that too. Actually, no, because the dragon is fire, so ice types would only do neutral, so it wouldn't be that much of a threat. I think the biggest threat would Mega Charizard. Not Fairy, because Dragon is weak to Fairy, but Fire is resistant. I think you still have to worry about ground types, probably. Well, at least with Mega Charizard Y, you'd use Solar Beam, but in that case, Charizard Y has a flying type, so it would be immune anyway. Well, like Red from Origins, he said that he should have like Fire Punch instead of Mega Punch and Dragon Claw instead of Slash. Also Thunder Punch would have been good. Or type coverage and after that, I guess, I don't know, Earthquake. Anyways, back to Ash's, like, Ash going through the league. I don't know, how Ash won a Alola League, but I heard that he did, and from what I've heard, a good amount of people were they felt kind of mad about it, like, and though I didn't see it, I overall kind of agree, like if they weren't gonna have Ash win in Kalos, they should have made a win in Alola. Like, I remember they said at some point, if Ash were to win the league, then the show would be over, and yet Ash won a league, and yet Pokemon Journeys is a thing. So, yeah. They were going to make Ash win any region. Even though I don't mind Alon winning, should have had Ash win there if he was gonna win anywhere. Oh, I didn't exactly see much of Sun and Moon, so like, who knows, maybe Ash does become like a really good trainer there, but based off the reactions, I'm not too sure about that. And I mean, I doubt it, because what I know is Sun and Moon was mostly about Ash going on a summer camp as opposed to fighting gems and just don't exist in Alola. Except that his classmates are like the trial captains. So, except I don't think they have those titles, at least in the beginning of this series. Maybe they get them later down the line. Actually, I just... If Ash wanted a Alola lead, then he definitely would have... I feel like he would have had to fight Gladion at some point. Oh, Gladion's the Sun and Moon enemy. But like, how though? We should give the Sun and Moon anime a watch sometime. No. But you know, since Ash's first journeys, at least, but he's going back to other regions. I wonder if we'll get to see like all his old Pokemon. Like maybe Charizard will come back again. Maybe we'll get to see a Sceptile. And Infernape. That'd be. Oh, I really want to see Infernape again. And just Bulbasaur too. Maybe it's Heracross. It's Tiny Tauros that he only one of which he ever used. And what if he goes back to Kalos? I hope he gets to see Greninja again. Maybe even add him to his team again. That would get me to watch Pokemon Journeys immediately if that happened. And maybe Ash just told to die on. Hopefully he's evolved into a Feraligatr at this point. I always wanted to know what would have happened if he could fully evolve his like, would it change to become aggressive like Charizard did, or would it be a giant crocodile, a giant alligator still having its cheery personality, happy-go-lucky personality? I don't want to know that. Would he have been a gentle giant, or kind of like Ash's Charizard 2.0? Also with Cyndaquil. Did Cyndaquil ever? I think I distinctively remember a Cyndaquil in Sinnoh. I don't remember if it was his though, becoming a Quilava. But if it did evolve, I want to see the Typhlosion that came from it. Maybe not Ash's Bayleaf. I wasn't a big fan of Bayleaf. I just didn't really like Leaf all that much, or Chikorita's. What other of Ash's Pokemon want? Oh, Gudra, definitely Gudra is on that other sanctuary, so actually if he does visit Alola, wait, not Alola, Hollows, he would see it. But if he does visit all his Pokemon at Professor Oak's place, who else would it be? He released this Primate Wild. So maybe he could revisit Pidgeot. Like after all the years it's spent protecting all the smaller bird Pokemon from that fear realm. Oh, maybe he could see Butterfree again. With all his little Caterpies, or well, I guess they'd probably be Butterfree at this point. Actually, it's Butterfree might actually. They could probably have grandchildren at this point, like, considering how fast Caterpies evolve. So I guess if it's in the wild, it wouldn't evolve quite as fast because it doesn't have a trainer constantly having it, I don't know, like, stronger. So it'd be more of a leisurely growth, I guess. But I would like to see Ash's Butterfree again if they do plan on doing that. Like I would just like to see Ash catch up with Butterfree, know that it's doing alright, and like that there's still, like, he still remembers Ash, and like Ash still remembers him. Also, are there any other Pokemon that Ash will I don't remember who else. Well, actually, like, I guess if they're going to old regions and meeting up with old friends again, I wonder if, like, Rocky will get to meet some of their old Pokemon, like, what if James gets to reunite with, Growlithe, like, Growlithe from his childhood? Maybe he's an Arcanine now? That would be sweet. Considering his backstory with it, too. Oh, and maybe he'll get to see his Carnivine. Oh, and maybe they'll get to see Weezing and Arbok. I think they abandoned, well, not abandoned, like, released them to help a bunch of coughing and that'd be sweet. Honestly, back to Growly. I know why James didn't bring it with him because, well, he knew it would constantly get blasted away. But like, part of me still wish he did choose to bring Rowley with him anyways. But like maybe just maybe not have him in the center. Oh, I was not supposed to get rid of that shovel. Mistake. But yeah, but part of me does wish that he kept Growly around just so they could be there for each other. I mean, he didn't have to get blasted off. Maybe he could just be sitting at the sidelines and maybe he would just like run after them when they get blown away. I guess that'd be mental trauma too, like constantly having to see its their buddy get beaten around by Pikachu. Oh yeah, I guess it would have been better too. But still. I still feel bad for Growly not being there though, like as a dog owner, I feel like Growly would like constantly be worried about how James is doing without him, like I mean, plus in that one episode with like the Eevee brothers, I think their name was, like with all their evolutions. I mean, I know it would never happen because I guess it's supposed to always win, but what if like James decided to evolve Rowley into an Arcanine and then using Arcanine's incredibly powerful buffed up stats, it could have wiped the floor with Pichu and most of Ash's team. Now, like, I guess the fact that Misty's a water type trainer and Brock is a rock, I guess Arcanine wouldn't have good matchups against either of them. So I guess, yeah. But I mean, I don't know exactly, but like if it can learn all the Fang moves, and it can just use Thunder Fang on Misty's Pokemon, and then Ice Fang on all of Brock's. Since all of his Pokemon, even though they're rock, they're also like Geodude and Onix, they're both also part ground type. Also, his gold bat is a flying type. I don't even know if he had gold bat around that time. Like when they went back to James's old house. There's also James' victory bell. I wonder what happened to. I remember what happened to his victory bell. Also, his Chimeco, I think. And honestly, I'll my opinion here. I think James is the best of the Team Rocket trios. Like they're all entertaining to watch, but I think James overall is the best of them. I will say Meowth is a close second, like with his backstory, learning how to talk and this thing with Meowsy and all those other meows in that Persian. It was called like the West Young Meow. I loved that episode. I don't know what backstory Jesse has, except for that one Pokemon Chronicles episode, but I didn't give her much of an emotional backstory or anything. It was just how they all got into Team Rocket. I mean, there's like over like 800 episodes at least at this point, so maybe there's one episode where we get Jesse's backstory and just haven't seen it yet. Actually, speaking of Pokemon Chronicles, I wonder if we'll ever get to see the Pichu brothers again. I'll just say it. As a child, Pichu brothers were actually my favorite characters in the entire Pokemon anime. They were the reason that a good while Pichu was my favorite Pokemon. Just think of how adorable it was. So nowadays, I've actually played a few Pokemon games before. Like, it's still cute, of course, but I get why lots of people say that Pichu kind of sucked. But it's adorable in all meanings of the word, but obviously in terms of being useful in game, it's not much to speak of. It's still cute as such. Plus, even all forms of Raichu aren't even good at Pokemon anyway, so. But also, I had quite a few different favorite Pokemon as a kid. And now, the very first Pokemon I ever considered to be my favorite was Weavile, because when I was just getting into Pokemon, I was watching an episode from Pokemon anime. It was this episode about like a troop of like Weaviles and Sneasels living together, and I think like one Weavile challenged the leader and they beat him, and then he got kicked out, and then the episode was about the ex-leader getting his tribe back. Also, because of that episode, because the way, like, the imagery, it made child me think that Sneasel were just female versions of Weavile. So my mind was blown when I checked Bulbapedia for one as a kid. I learned it was just the free evolution. In that episode, I watched it again not too long ago. Like, they showed like one Weavile with one Sneasel a lot of times. I can see why Kid Me thought it was like. In fact, after that, I think my favorite Pokemon was Umbreon because I've liked the Eevees for the longest time, but I also liked how awesome Umbreon looked. But nowadays it's also because I started getting more into like Pokemon gameplays. But being extremely good at special defense is not the most appealing to me. Like, even nowadays, I'm still not a very good Pokemon trainer, really. I still don't really think about like having tanks or anything. Like, especially with the tanks on my team. I just go for a whole bunch of special attackers, maybe a couple physical attackers. But yeah, that's... Because of that, I think now my favorite of the evolutions is probably actually like Glaceon or Espeon, because I just like having awesome special attackers. Because I don't have to deal with things like ability static or burn body like physical attackers do. Plus I get to do a whole bunch of damage. I will say I have started trying to experiment more every now and then, and one time I got myself a Caracosta, I think it's called, with like water jets, I don't remember the other moves, maybe like Rock Tomb and Earthquake. Then I gave it Shell Smash, and I never felt such power in my life since then. That was maybe legendaries, but like Shell Smash Caracosta, especially with Aqua Jet, it is incredibly OP, at least in the game I played with it, and you might get mixed results in other Pokemon games, I don't know. I've also been thinking about like I should. Like, everyone knows about Dragon Dance. I should probably try having a Pokemon with that. I still have kind of a child mindset with Pokemon, and I instinctively just go for powerful moves instead of its status buffing moves. Like if I had a Pokemon with Dragon Dance that like was trying to learn like Dragon Claw or something, more times than not I would probably still replace Dragon Dance. To many people's dismay. Which is probably why people should be glad I haven't done a Nuzlocke yet. It would be painful to watch. It would be nice to play through Pokemon. But I don't have a capture card for my Nintendo Switch or my 3DS, so I probably have to do an emulator. I mean, if it used an emulator, I could also play like Pokemon Masters, because that's been pretty fun. Maybe. Oh. But yeah. I have Alpha Sapphire and Let's Go Eevee, and those are the only two official Pokemon games I've really ever played. Yeah, I'm definitely not the best Pokemon player out there, but I mean, if you guys would like to see me play Pokemon, that'd be all for it. There's the last of that pickaxe. Alright, well, I think I'm gonna end things here now, because it's been 3 hours and I'm you know, we made quite a bit of progress today. While having good old fun talking about I love my trip to the dentist that one time. Pokemon, Fairy Tail. I actually haven't talked about dinosaurs at all. That's a first. But yeah, I hope you had fun, as much fun as I did today. And hope to see you all again for some more streams. But until then, I'll see you later. And first person, just like all the OG Minecraft YouTubers, and bye bye. Oh, I forgot I do the jump thing, and there we go. That's the good stuff. And now, bye bye for real.